And good morning once again, maybe. It's Jason Mann and Jim Check here, broadcasting on YouTube, X, and Twitter. And with some software updates, we hope we're here for the rest of the cast.
Murphy's been working overtime this weekend. Are we still there? We're hanging in there now?
All right. Weather forecast coming up shortly for ATB. Well, first off, our morning headlines. Lake Country RCMP impounding 5 cars in just 5 days.
I think we made it this far last time. So a handful of Lake Country drivers will not be behind the wheel this holiday season after getting their vehicles impounded for speeding and for impaired. One of those was for speeding, excessive speed, and 4 for impaired operations. One was found traveling at 145 kilometers an hour in a 100-kilometer zone. That driver also found to be over the legal drinking limit and was issued a ticket for excessive speed, a 90-day driving prohibition, and the vehicle was impounded for 30 days. So, and another for impaired driving, which got the 90 and the 30. And then another was clocked at 112 kilometers an hour in a 50-kilometer zone and given a ticket and a 7-day impound. So that's what you win if you're caught taking driving.
That's what you win. I win.
90-day license restriction and 30 days of impounding your car. And if you're just speeding, they take your car for 7 days.
Yeah. And it is that season. We just want to slow down. Roads can be dangerous. And
I want to say, though, like the speeding is excessive speed, not just speeding.
Yeah.
Excessive speed.
100%. Aftershocks are expected as hundreds report a 4.9 magnitude earthquake felt as far afield as right here in Kelowna.
I felt a couple of those in the past. Yeah, I actually got on CBC once as an interview because I felt that earthquake. I could feel that. It felt like a train was going by our house.
Was it the one that was deep in the Puget Sound?
This is long
late
time
90s
ago, yeah, I don't know. I think it was in the 2000s actually. But anyway, this one 4.9 magnitude earthquake that happened in the northwest of Vancouver, about 350 kilometers of northern central Vancouver Island. But it was felt as close as here.
That's a tremor.
There you go. They said that we could experience some aftershocks for even the next hours, even days. They tend to drop off in frequency as time goes on, right? So they're trying to work on a better early warning system so that even hospitals and surgeons can put down their scalpels. I'd like that.
An update to the Highway 97 closure. That is going to go ahead again here this morning. The usual time, 11 a.m. till 12:30, just north of Summerland.
I think to be safe, just avoid that road from 11:30 from 11 to 12:30 on most days.
Yeah.
I know they're not closing it every day now, but almost.
I can't believe this story keeps going. It seems like it's been a few weeks since we first mentioned that there was a bit of danger with the salmonella outbreak linked to cantaloupes in Canada, and another death has been recorded, in fact, and linked to this.
Yeah, so that brings that total count up to 6 people, according to Public Health Agency Canada. There have been 153 lab-confirmed cases of salmonella across Canada, with most 103 in Quebec and 17 cases now confirmed in British Columbia. So again, be very careful. I mean, I would just avoid melons for a bit.
I guess so, huh? Yeah. And the Rockets win an overtime thriller in Saskatoon.
So the boys had actually a very good road trip, right? So they end up being 15-15-2 on the season after that dismal November when they were in that 10-game slide or something like that. But playing in their 4th game of 5 nights, the Rockets got some late-game heroics to beat the Saskatoon Blades. They pulled their goalie in the final seconds of the game, tying it up, forcing the game into overtime. And then Crystal recovered the puck, and that's when they got the tying goal. In extra time, Gabriel, that name is Tours. Initial shot was blocked and quickly recovered the puck and sent the shot over the left faceoff circle, giving the Rockets the 5-4. Do we have that? A little bit of clip there for that overtime winner? There's the initial shot, and there's the goal. And then there's the big Sally. And, of course, when you get an overtime Sally, you get the whole bench to celebrate. So that's the way to win a game. Nice, and that's a nice end to that road trip. The Rockets are returning home now. I'm sure that's a nice welcome home. And they will go on their Christmas break, and they'll be back in action on December 27th. And then the cool thing that happens right about in the new year, too, is we get the World Juniors.
Yeah,
That's
always
some great hockey.
terrific, really.
So we're just doing a little big white update here before you do the weather.
Sure. Look at that. I've been there, done that. That's so much fun. Kids love it. Big White's early season accommodation specials have been extended until December 21st, and you can book your stay through Big White Central Reservations and enjoy 25% off their lowest rates of the season right now. That's a good deal.
So they've got new snow in the last 24 hours, but in the last 7 days, they've got 10 centimeters. And they've got a base of 80 centimeters right now, 31 inches. Current temperature up there was 1 degree. Visibility unlimited. And lifts open, 8, runs open, 42.
All right.
Do you want to do weather and then we'll come back to finance? Or you want to do finance?
Do finance first, yeah.
So just a little finance recap for the week. Last week, the S&P was only 1.5% away from all-time records. The Dow and the NASDAQ 100 hit all-time records. Germany, France, and India stock markets hit all-time highs. That's kind of interesting, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And then the Fed, U.S. Fed held rates unchanged, and they expect 3 rate cuts in 2024. Goldman Sachs, one of the biggest investment banks in the U.S., expects the Fed to start cutting rates in March and expects 2 back-to-back rate cuts of 0.25. Well, that's interesting in Canada because we typically follow what they do. And they say retail investors are buying the most stock since March of 2022. And here's another interesting one. Pfizer hits a 10-year low. Low uptake on the boosters.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of coverage in other countries about it as well.
China's central bank injects record monthly amounts in the financial system. They're having some real trouble with their real estate out there. There you go. And then in our 5 things this morning, British Petroleum pauses shipping through the Red Sea. So that's an oil major. Said it will stop sending shipments through the Red Sea due to the recent attacks on shipping by Iran-sponsored rebels in Yemen. And we're just starting to see some relief at the gas pump. I noticed 153.9. Hopefully this doesn't drive it back up, right? Because every time we get one of these, it seems to be that the price of gasoline starts going up. Kitco.com, a site that I go to every day that shows the price of metals and all that stuff, has been down all weekend and still down from a cyber attack. Lots of good financial information on Kitco.com.
Targeted.
There you go.
Well, the 13 days of Christmas giving just keeps rolling on. A couple of prizes that I want to mention that are still open, but they kicked off on Saturday. First off, Chance's Date Night. This includes $500 in free play vouchers, a couple of dinner entrees at either of the restaurants there, and a few other things. So that prize is still open to enter. Also, yesterday we opened up a prize as part of 13 days with Bliss Bakery. Chance to win bread for a year.
I love bread.
Especially Bliss Bakery bread. Plus $100 GC to spend on whatever you want and a cool swag bag. And today, speaking of things for a year, today we are opening up the, day 11, Tommy Gunn's haircuts for a year.
I need a haircut.
You need?
I need a haircut.
You got a little hockey hair going on, don't you?
I got a little bit of a wave going in the back here.
So a couple of great ways to save some money this year.
I might need to get a pony, like those pony hats.
Oh, please. Hard stop, hard no. Some great prizes for you to win there. So check it out at kelownanow.com. Entry forms are open. And our 5-day weather forecast for ATB Wealth. Realize your vision of wealth at atb.com/wealth Kelowna. We are expecting overcast day really today, just a few clouds up there. Tonight, some flurries possibly. Our high today somewhere around 2 degrees. Let's take a look at our weather out the window right now. This is where we're starting things off. It's going to be pretty much hanging like this all day. If you're traveling to either Calgary or to Vancouver, there's the Coquihalla Summit, pretty sloppy. Going the other way, it's actually quite a bit worse. We'll just take a look at Rogers Pass there.
Yikes.
Yo. Yeah, so it's not all like that.
We had that road closed on the weekend, too, from a jackknifed semi.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so, again, Drive BC is your friend when you're going east or west over those mountain passes. There's always that alternative route when you're going to Vancouver, right? Princeton.
Yep.
The old way
South,
where you go to Penticton and you cross over there through Princeton. It seems to be like there is one mountain kind of thing there, like going through Manning Park, but it's a lot less. But the only downside of that one is not double laned. Right?
Not double lane. There are some treacherous turns along the way too.
For sure. Yeah.
Checking out the rest of the week here. Tomorrow, it's going to be a mix of showers or flurries with a high of 3 degrees.
That looks like warmer.
It is, isn't it? It's kind of starting to look like a bit of a brown Christmas as we get along here. 3 degrees, showers, probably more likely to see showers and flurries tomorrow. High of 3, and then sun and cloud for Wednesday with a high of 4. Nighttime flurries developing on Thursday, and then either rain or snow expected for Friday with highs around 3.
What are we at? We're at 18 today, December 18th.
Oh,
right?
I thought you meant 18
No,
degrees.
we're
yeah.
at 18.
Yeah, yeah. It is 18, yeah.
7 more days and it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Imagine in your household, the little ones are all excited.
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
Day.
Yes, yes.
Marcy's excited for Christmas Day.
I just want to get it over with.
So there you go.
All the year-end Christmas recitals and piano recitals and gymnastics demonstrations, all that stuff.
Yeah. So, and then New Year's. And then let's get busy.
Yeah. Some planning. You do a lot of, you take advantage of this time right now, or as things slow down between Christmas and New Year's, right?
Kind of try to really evaluate last year's goals and then set next year's goals. It's definitely a better way to focus, and maybe we'll do a show on it too. We do have a couple of really good live streams coming up this week. We do have Liz coming in from Team Fitness, and we can talk about some of your physical goals there.
Nice.
We can probably talk about some of that planning. I can't remember off the top of my head who the other people. Gracie, we have a young hockey player, female hockey player coming in. That's going to represent Canada at U18.
Nice.
And then we have the TRU professor coming in to talk about the restaurant industry. And then those aren't the ones we are going to do an Energize too. And Ron Cannon's on Friday. Cool.
Big week of live stream broadcasts coming your way.
And I think we even got a couple more that we want to try and do. So if you got any ideas that you want to share with us and you want to live stream that we're going to do, one of the things that I did notice this weekend for sure is the price of fuel. I seen a 153.9, I think, and then 173 or 175 for diesel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So quite a bit lower, which is good for Christmas. But with that, somebody forgot to turn their phone off. I think that somebody is me again.
Saved by the bell.
Oh, wow. Okay. Anyway, we'll talk more about it as we move along, and we'll see you at 4 o'clock for the evening news, and we may do a live stream in between them.
All right.
Until then.